Greetings.
We come in peace.
Hello, everyone. Welcome in to the MidWeek Moment. I'm here at chewbubblegum.com. I'm Goose.
Hi,
This is Cronkite. How you doing today?
I'm doing all right. How are you?
I'm doing good. We had a good show on Wednesday.
We certainly did. I hope everybody enjoyed it.
Did you have fun in the ice storm?
No.
Why?
It was very slick.
It wasn't too bad.
I'm not very nimble on my feet.
Well, that is true. That is true. We do have a special treat coming up for you. At the end of the show, we'll be doing our top 5 movie soundtracks. So we'll be doing my top 5 favorite movie soundtracks. Cronkite has already wrote down, and I have here his top 5 favorite movie soundtracks.
When you hear them, you will be like,
these guys know what they're talking about.
He knows, Cronkite knows what he's talking about.
Because
I'm looking at your list,
and
the list that I wrote down, much better.
No.
Much better.
No, mine is much, much better.
I don't know.
What do we have going on with news headlines this week?
Well, this week I'm going to be talking about ex-director of Air Force UFO program says they know what UFOs are. UFOs are.
What is a UFO?
Well, it's a UFO in his very last interview. We'll also continue the segment with Ned, where we talk about the remaining 5 top 10 conspiracy theories.
Very good segment. We have a lot of positive feedback on that this week, and we have a lot of, I guess, what'd you call them? Netamaniacs.
Yeah,
There's quite a few netamaniacs out there.
There's a lot of weirdos that like Ned for some reason. Reports of UFOs over Utah are from Elon Musk's latest project.
Oh.
And worst feared in 2021 if history repeats itself according to strange pattern theories say, and here's why.
Wow, sounds good. Oh, we're going to jump right into some midweek moment questions, emails, text, whatever they may be. I'll give you some of those.
Okay.
First one is from Mike. Hey, midweek moment. Have you heard about the frozen ghost from Breathitt County? I think Cronkite said that he'd been there before, but couldn't give much details. Thank you very much, Mike. Yes, I have heard about that, and you did say you were there.
I've been there. I don't ask me how to get there because I couldn't remember how to get there. But
did you find anything when you were there?
I mean, a lot of people had vandalized the area, so I mean, it wasn't.
So you found vandals?
There was a lot of vandalism.
Any paranormal vandals?
Not that I can recall.
Okay.
But I mean, it was just a really spooky, creepy structure in the middle of the woods, and there was, like a gym, like a gymnasium, and looked like a remains of a schoolhouse, but it has since been, torn down. But when I went, and this has been a few years ago, it was mainly had been vandalized. There wasn't much to speak of. Yeah.
Okay. Well, very interesting.
Oh, my turn. Stein.
Yeah.
Stein.
This is only like the 10th video show we're doing.
Well, listen, I am still catching up.
Okay.
I'm getting better though.
Okay.
Stein or Stein? How do you pronounce that?
Stein.
Stein says, "Hey, here at Chew Bubble Gum. I've read a lot about Bifalar,
Yeah.
Bifalar coils, but nothing seems to explain their purpose. I know there's several different types. The one most commonly talked about on time traveling sites and websites is the one where the magnetic field is canceled, so preventing self-inductance. But what was the purpose of them in a circuit? An early form of resistor, perhaps. Who knows? Maybe Goose can ask his friend Luke. Thank you for taking the time to read and answer my question."
I will definitely ask my friend Luke about that. But in the meantime, you have also emailed the guy that knows all about the Bifalar coils.
Bifalar.
Cronkite, will you tell us your theory on the Bifalar coils?
I will do that on Sunday.
No, let's just go ahead and do it now.
Well, bi means 2, right? So bi.
But no, bi means like goodbye.
Well, bi.
Okay.
So that'd be like biannual.
Yeah.
Bifalar.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. And filar is like a.
Moving on, Leslie writes in, "Hello, Goose, Cronkite, and the rest of the crew of Here to Chew Bubblegum. I'm new to both shows and want to tell you that I really enjoy them." Thank you very much, Leslie. That really means a lot to us.
Indeed. Popper78 says, "Do you think that John Wilkes Booth died in a barn fire the way history has recorded it? On the Sunday show a few weeks back, or on the Sunday show a few weeks or maybe a month ago, Goose was talking about Hitler's body being burned and other deaths where there isn't a body to verify what we're being told is true. Just curious as to what you guys think.
I don't think he died in a barn fire, as it was recorded. What about you?
I mean, there's I don't know. To me, that seems like it was too long ago to really start playing political.
Yeah, but this is like
corruption.
Right at the end of the Civil War. There's still civil unrest. Do you think they're going to say, "Hey, we didn't get him"?
Wow, that's true. That's true. So, yeah, that is very true.
I don't think he died in a barn fire.
So, I don't either.
All right.
Thank you for convincing me.
You're welcome. Sean writes, "Ear candy to the Let me start over. Sean writes,
there's no P in that word.
Ear candy to the extreme. That's how I describe the midweek moment. Goose, Cronkite, Ned, and Elliot, you guys are great. I really enjoy the show. Roswell."
Roswell to you too, sir. Piper78, I just
read yours. Read that one.
Dixon09 says, "Hey, Goose and
Dixon's
Cronkite."
A frequent writer. Thank you, Dixon.
Hey, Goose and Cronkite, thanks for reading my emails and other correspondence. I really enjoy the show. And just wanted to say thank you all for doing the show. I hope that it's around for a long time to come. Roswell.
All right. UFO Hunter says, "Have you guys ever heard about the Louisville UFO / police helicopter incident that happened in the 90s? We have, and we've actually talked about that on the show. They supposedly told the pilot that it was a balloon, a helium balloon, that got caught. We do not buy that. The pilot did not buy that either. The last one says, "Hey, Goose, Cronkite, and Ned, I think you need to get merchandise. Get merchandise for the Sunday show and the Midweek Moment show too, Roswell." And that was from Lori. Thank you very much, Lori. Any comments on that?
I like the merchandise idea.
We will definitely be doing that, definitely. You can always contact us here at the Midweek Moment. Just put Midweek Moment or MWM in the subject line and send your emails to...
You can send them to goose@heretochewbubblegum.com. That's that guy. You can send them to myself, Cronkite@heretochewbubblegum.com. That's this guy. And also, if you want to reach Ned or Elliot, you can send an email to heretochewbubblegum.com. heretochewbubblegum@yahoo.com and put in attention Ned or Elliot, whichever one you're trying to reach.
You can also call, text, or leave a voicemail by calling 606-373-3396. 606-373-3396. Good job. Let's see. We're going to talk about this week. Scientists have proposed a new particle that is a portal to a fifth dimension. Have you heard about this?
I've not. That's pretty neat, though.
The path of dark matter and other fundamental enigmas may be through a warped extra dimension, according to a new study that proposes a new theory of the universe. Scientists want to search for a hypothetical particle that can act as a portal to a warped fifth dimensional that meditates the cosmic realms of light and dark. You will be forgiven for assuming that sentence is a science fiction synopsis, but it is actually a mind-boggling upshot of a recent study that suggests to illuminate some of the most present enigmas in science. The existence of this spectacular particle could provide a natural explanation for the abundance of dark matter, an unidentified substance that accounts for most of the universe's mass, and resolve intractable problems about somatic particles known as pheromones? Pheromones, according to new research.
I don't see your point. Oh, yeah.
Fermions.
Fermions.
I'm sorry, fermions. The study adds that the presence of the new physics can explain these fundamental mysteries by presenting a model of the universe with a fifth dimension that can be traversed by particles. The study was authored by Javier Costello and Mathis Newbert. Let's see. They they worked at the University of Mans and Adrien Carmen through the cosmetics at the University of Grundy. They've also been working on similar topics for such a quiet time, the team said in an email. Our initial motivation was to explain the possible origin of pheromone masses and theories with a warped extra dimension. We know that the masses and their continuities have some specific features which are crying out for an explanation. they said. The researchers are part of a long scientific tradition that questions whether the fourth dimension that humans can comprehend. 3D space and time are really all universe has to offer. The line of research produced a 5-dimensional field equation that expresses the implications an extra dimension would have to be on this universe and reality itself. What do you think about that?
I think it's pretty neat.
So we could possibly be traveling to the 5th dimension.
Well,
will you travel to the 5th dimension?
Sure. So I was a while back. I was looking at something, and we were going back to Antarctica. Mm-hmm. So the scientists were actually saying that they may have found a link to, I guess, our world in another universe there for some reason. I don't know why.
I'm ready to go. Let's go.
But there would be like up is down, down is up. It would be completely backwards.
Right. So it'd be like a backwards man.
Yeah, but to us, they would be backwards. But
now,
to them, we would be backwards.
Would people be wearing their clothes backwards? Would they be walking backwards?
I don't know. I didn't ask that much.
Okay. You may have noticed during that I slid him an article on the 37th parallel. Mm-hmm. You want to skip through that and read some of that to us?
Sure.
You don't have to read it all to us.
It's America's Paranormal Highway.
Yes,
Didn't know if you knew that or not. So drop a pin at the Atlantic Ocean border between Virginia and North Carolina on a U.S. map. And you tie a string to that pin and stretch it across the map to the Pacific Ocean south of San Jose, California. And you've located the 37th parallel. It stretches from Chesapeake Bay to Santa Cruz. 37th parallel has been called the UFO Highway and the Paranormal Highway. From sea to sun.
What?
You're awful.
What are you talking about?
I'll pass out.
What are you talking about?
Did you have to do that in here?
I don't know what you're talking about.
From sea to sightings. Hey, UFO map is littered with histories of cattle mutilations, UFO sightings, reports of underground military bases, and ancient native sacred sites. The phenomena zone stretches from about 70 miles either side of the 37th. Roughly the area between 36th and 38th parallels 150 miles of anomalous real estate. Landmarks include the Pentagon, Fort Knox, Washington, D.C., Kentucky's Mammoth Cave National Park, the notorious New Mexico Dulce Base. Now, is that the one like the Bermuda Triangle of Blaine? Okay. Yeah. Los Alamos, New Mexico, Colorado's Mesa Verde, Four Corners, where Colorado, Utah, Arizona, and New Mexico meet. Aztec in New Mexico is where the 1948 UFO crash. Death Valley, Nevada's Area 51, the Grand Canyon, Utah's Moab and Canyonlands National Park. Outside the U.S., the 37th parallel north passes through Grenada, Spain, documented UFO sightings in 1976. Fukushima, Japan, site of the 2011 earthquake and nuclear disaster, and the border between North and South Korea. Now, this 37th parallel passes through Grenada and Spain. The article that you just read was talking about Grenada.
You're right.
So, anomalies along the 37th have been reported since the 19th century, and earlier if you include reports from indigenous people. Luminous objects are spotted near the rising sun at Beirut College in Tennessee on June 1st, 1853. Students reported that one looked like a moon, the other looked like a star. The lights did not move for 30 minutes, but expanded and contracted in size several times. Native people have all...
read that one real quick.
This one?
Yeah.
Residents of Wilmington, Delaware saw the sky fill with a pale blue light as a large object moved overhead. It was followed by 3 red and glowing balls. In July 1860, red and glowing balls.
Now this is just different accounts,
right? But I mean, isn't
the 37th parallel?
No, I understand. But isn't this? This sounds kind of eerily similar to some of the recent ones we've seen.
Yes,
the red and glowing balls.
Yes, it does. That's why I told you to read that one.
In July 1860, according to the Wilmington Tribune, mysterious airships were reported in Arkansas, Nebraska, Missouri, Texas, Kansas, and Kentucky in the late 1890s.
In the late 1890s. And we talked about and that's it. You don't have to read anymore.
Okay.
I just wanted to mention the 37th parallel because we talked about it briefly. And I wanted to just bring those up to speed on the 37th parallel runs all the way around the globe. And evidently things... Are you okay now?
Oh, you were nasty.
What are you talking about?
The footage will show.
What's the footage you want to show? Anyway, the 37th parallel goes all the way around the globe. It runs through our great state here in Kentucky. And, you know, there seems to be strange things that happen in the 37th parallel.
Indeed.
So, but I just wanted to throw that out there. Next, we're moving on to our top 5 movie soundtrack picks. Do you want to go ahead and start out with number 5?
Sure. Goose's pick for number 5 is Dazed and Confused.
Great movie, great soundtrack. You ever saw it?
Mm-hmm.
Great one. Cronkite's pick for number 5, his top movie soundtrack, is Urban Cowboy, starring John Travolta.
That's not true at all.
Yes.
Let me see this.
That is the list you gave me, sir. No, here, give me your list back.
This is not the list that I gave you.
Yes, that is the list you gave me.
I seen it.
Ned, thank you, Ned.
That's false, Ned.
This is the list that Cronkite gave me.
That's also false.
No. All right. What's number 4 on mine?
Barney.
No, it's not.
Maximum Overdrive, which is a great soundtrack.
Great soundtrack. Great movie.
Why don't you
number
read my,
4
why don't you read my
on
real
Cronkite's
list? Why don't you read my
is
real list?
Footloose.
Did Ned help you do this or something?
No. This is your list. You wrote this.
Number 3 is Top Gun.
Top Gun, great movie, great soundtrack.
Indeed.
Number 3 on Cronkite's list for his favorite movie soundtracks is A Star Is Born.
Oh, come on. No.
Why did you put that?
I didn't.
This is your list.
Number 2 for Jackass here is Freddy vs. Jason.
Again, awesome soundtrack. Came out in 2001. Awesome movie, Freddy vs. Jason. Cronkite's number 2 for his top 5 movie soundtracks is a soundtrack of from the movie The Bodyguard.
That's false.
You've got it right here.
No. And Stupid's number 1 is Shocker.
Great movie, great soundtrack. Came out, I think, in like 1990. The Wes Craven movie, Shocker. Still one of the best soundtracks ever. And Cronkite's number 1 pick for his favorite movie soundtrack.
Can't wait to hear this one.
Is Dirty Dancing.
It is not.
That is what you wrote.
That's not true.
And that is Cronkite's picks for his favorite movie soundtracks.
I hate it here.
Why? That is the list you gave me.
That's not true.
You don't have to be embarrassed.
This is a false statement.
It's okay, big guy. It's okay. Again, our question of the week.
Ned's in on it.
If you could ask a question to anyone at any time in history, who would it be, and what is your question? How can they respond and contact us?
They can always text, leave a voicemail, or even call 606
Hungry eyes.
373-3396, or you can email.
Nobody puts baby in the corner.
You can email Goose at heretotchewbubblegum.com. You can email Cronkite at heretotchewbubblegum.com. You can also email Ned and Elliot, Ned or Elliot, or both if you want, heretotchewbubblegum at yahoo.com. Attention, Ned or Elliot, whoever you're looking for.
If I
You can also reach us on Facebook.
Stay, I would only be in your way.
Notice he knows every word.
You're the one that put it down. Why did you write those down?
I'm starting to think you wrote them down.
No, I wrote mine down.
That's terrible.
All right. I was singing lyrics, and did you notice how he pointed out? You notice he knows every word. That's because he knows every song on that list.
That's not true.
How could you pick Dirty Dancing over The Bodyguard?
I didn't pick either. You picked them.
You picked them.
What's on the agenda?
Anyway, you can also call, text, or leave a voicemail by calling 606-373.
I just told him that.
3396 at 606-373-3396. What is our question of the week?
It is, if you could ask a question to anyone at any time in history, who would it be, and what is your question?
That's right. Again, thanks for watching. We'll see you guys on Sunday. I still cannot believe you played off like that was not your list.
It's been a great show. We'll see you guys on Sunday.
See you.
Thanks for listening to Here to Chew Bubblegum. Tune in next time as we dive deeper into things the government doesn't want us to know.